Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcore Guys, bringing my guide for God of War 3 on Chaos difficulty. Today we're doing the path of Eos, or Eos, I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. She was a character in Chains of Olympus, if I remember correctly, I think we see her. But yeah, we're just gonna make this a short part. It would have, originally City of Olympia was gonna be like the short part, but I spliced those two together. So, what was originally episodes, or part 6, is now this. The Path of Eos is now part 6. Did I mention that was part 6? I don't know. I'm not even sure anymore. I like to keep my things as professional / organized as I possibly can on this channel, but sometimes things happen. So, it is what it is. New year, new me, I guess. Yeah, fun little thing with the head of Helios you can use is if you hold down the L2 triangle and you hold down the attack, then you could actually get combo stuff from it. Mainly from hitting items. Not really items, but breakable stuff. You get, stuff from that. I forgot to mention this last video because, well, the video was basically ending and I decided just to end right there. But you can grab somebody who is bright and then use that as your little flashlight for a few minutes. Or well, not really a few minutes, that's way too long. You can use it for a few seconds. So in here, you're going to have Harpies spawning from the side. It's recommended to use the head of Helios charge attack, so that way you can kind of stun them and drop them down. They won't die necessarily when they drop, but it does kind of keep them off you for just a bit. However, for me, I decided to start using the bow just because I like it better, and it doesn't take too long to charge. So, that's why. I don't want to have to charge the entire head just to get a few stuns. Every once in a while, sure, but not too much. And plus, there's a lot of Harpies that start to spawn in, and it just becomes a pain in the ass, I guess you could say. So I don't bother with it. I just decided to use the bow of Apollo instead and make quick work, or what I'm more so comfortable with. Of course, if you want these guys to be shining even just for even a few seconds, then you can just use the L2 triangle, and I think it should actually still light them up just even a little bit. But of course, if you want the full on stun, then you're gonna have to do the charged version of it. The head of Helios is good. I would argue I think almost every item is good. Although, for me personally, I'm not a fan of Hermes. I don't like Hermes boots. And that's just me. So yeah, now we finally have Magic level 2 for Chaos Blades. Or Exile Blades, sorry. We have Magic number 2, and we actually have the full triangle combo. So that's going to be very handy. Usually, when it comes to climbing stuff, I usually like to grab the enemies, but there's not too many, so I'm just going to go through and just use the triangle attack or /square to, again, kind of make more quick work of them. 4 hits with triangle. Sorry. 4 hits with triangle, and then, a few hits with square or whatever. I don't remember how many exactly, but yeah. I would grab them normally, but this is not God of War 1, and this is also just not the very beginning part of God of War 3, where I feel like you kind of need to. Yeah, don't mind the darkness. I'm kind of used to where I'm going here, so I already have a pretty good idea of what's going on. I kind of wish that he would just stay on your side, I guess, kind of like Mimir does, where you just equip him there and just have him as a flashlight, but then they would have to actually have his head on you at all times. I wonder if maybe, potentially, that's where they got the idea for Mimir from. I don't know. I wonder. I'm going to say some spoilers real quick, so hopefully you guys don't mind, but just real fast before this. I'm not going to spoil anything, actually. Never mind. I was going to spoil other things, but I'd rather just not. Okay, so these are wraiths. They've changed dramatically from what they used to be like. But the cool part is, if they go underground, as annoying as that is, you can actually use L1 circle to pull them out from the ground. So what I'm doing here is something I wouldn't exactly 100% recommend, is, the grabbing and then throwing them in the air and stuff like that. I would also highly not recommend, I would advise going against the air grab, as in following them up and then using air grab. What I would suggest using is either trying to knock them off with either a parry, knock them off the ledge, or, launch them, slam, and then, use the bow to get that extra bit of damage, and then try to combo them and stuff, and not worry too much about trying to use this attack right here, because this attack right here, where you're grabbing them from the air, from the ground, is a bit annoying sometimes because there's no ceiling. So the actual grab itself is just not, unfortunately, far enough. And they're kind of too high up. So you have to wait like that split second to grab them. And that's why I don't really recommend using it too much unless you have a low ceiling, because that split second you don't have iframes. You're not in a grab. You're not using iframes. You could get hit. Now, granted, you could also bait out a parry with it, I guess. But just saying, I would suggest, launch them and then use maybe like bow to get some extra bit of damage on them. And try your best to not let them fall onto the ground. That's the biggest key aspect I can give you. Technically, I probably should have used the Head of Helios to kind of also potentially stun them a few times, but I mean, let's be honest, once you start hitting them, the stun's going to wear off anyway. I mean, stun them for like a bit, yeah, but I'd rather just take these guys out quickly than have to try to, quote-unquote, take them out efficiently, I guess. Well, take them out efficiently as quickly as possible, I guess I could say. So, for this part, don't worry about the bow guys. Yeah, they shoot out, arrows. They're annoying, I get it. But you're better off just not shooting back at them because of this right here. Your lock-on system's kind of a bit funky. If there's no Wraith near you, then you could potentially just, lock on and most likely probably get like a good few shots in on them. But I would say just focus on like a Wraith, and then after that, if you can lock onto these guys, then go for it. You see here I'm having trouble just even trying to lock on to anything that's just not near me. So that's why I would say just don't worry too much about the bow guys at first until you get an opportunity that you have breathing room, and then you could take them out. And then, of course, using the throw thing and then slam them and then use bow and try to pretty much push them to the ledge is something that you kind of want to do as well. That way they just fall down, die, you don't have to worry about them. So use the ledge to your advantage. Just watch what I did there, or use finishers. Use the square finisher. If you have the triple triangle finisher, use the square version to push them away. So anyway, that's it. So see you guys next time.